Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. And in this video we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be reviewing a television by Nokia, the Nokia Smart TV 50 inches 4K. And as you can see, it comes along with a lot of features on the box. It's mentioned on the box, that is. It's got micro dimming, 48 watts of speakers, HDR10. It's even got something called Pronto Focal AI engine. And most importantly, it's even got sound by Onkyo. So we're going to uncover the features, the picture quality, the sound quality, and we're going to be reviewing this television in detail. So let's go. Let's quickly start off by taking a look at the information that is mentioned on the box as to what does the box contain. The unit dimensions, which are extremely important. In case you want to pause the video, you may want to do that right now and check the unit dimensions out, because it may be important when you're mounting it or when you're placing it at your desk. You even have the price mentioned here, where it was manufactured, etc. So in case you want to note this down, please go ahead and pause and make note of this. So the very first thing that we're going to try out is we're going to try and boot the television and see how long does it take to boot up. So I've switched the TV on, and now the TV switches on, and as you can see, we're gonna start the counter, and okay, loading now. We're already past 15 seconds now. Past 30 seconds now. What I've noticed is it does take a while to boot up. It says that I've got a pen drive connected to it. And there you have it. It took almost a minute to load up completely. Another thing that I want to talk about is the design of the television. As you can see, the design of the television is quite sleek. It looks really nice, and you have this nice finish here. Nice finish for the speakers, and I don't know how much of this can be captured on the camera, but the bezels are very thin. So in terms of the design, it's got a really sleek design. You have the Nokia logo down there, and so that's your TV and how it looks from a distance. The viewing angles, it's not bad. The viewing angles actually are not bad, given the fact that it's not an IPS panel, but still I am getting quite a nice viewing angle. So this is how it looks from a distance as well. It looks quite sleek. The bezels are minimal, and the television looks fantastic. If you're sitting right in front of the television, the colors are really good. They are nice and bright. The panel looks great. The blacks are deep, and as you can see, it is a good panel. Although it is not an IPS panel, I would say the picture quality is quite impressive, and even the viewing angles are really impressive. I'm going to start off by talking about one of the biggest issues that I faced when I booted the television up. Now, that is with the internet. No, I'm not talking about the issue of the television having single band Wi-Fi. Well, that's a totally different thing. In 2020, a television with single band Wi-Fi is a strict no-no. They should have provided the option of at least dual band Wi-Fi with this television. And speaking of internet, the problem that I'm facing is, although I am connected to my internet and it says that I am connected, the internet is not connected. It says no internet. Now, every time I log into this device, this television, I have to change the date and time settings manually. Now, I have to go here and I have to change this over to the date today. So today is the 23rd of October and the set time is around 1:10 p.m. So now that I've done this and now that I've made this change, I am going to go back to the internet connection, and now it shows me that it's connected, as you can see. So every time I boot up the television, every single time I have to do this, and this really takes a toll on the user experience, because from the user perspective, it's ridiculous that you have to change the date and time settings every single time you boot the television up. Hopefully Nokia will have a fix for this with software updates, and I hope that they fix this sooner than later, because it takes away from that user experience. Okay, now that I am connected to the internet, I'm going to talk about the interface. Well, it's just like any other Android TV OS interface, something that you're very familiar with. You've got your standard applications like Netflix, YouTube, and you've got the Google Play Store as well. So in case you want to download anything from the App Store, you can completely do that. You just click onto the Google Play Store and there are plethora of applications that you can download from the Play Store. And what I did immediately was I downloaded Disney Plus Hotstar, because it does not come with the television. You have to download the application. And another thing that I did want to talk about is the single Wi-Fi that this television offers. Now, just to show you, a quick speed test, my router is at quite a distance because this television has been wall mounted in my bedroom, and my router is actually in my living room, and I'm currently using a Wi-Fi extender. So in my living room, I get an internet speed of close to 70 to 75 Mbps, but by the time it reaches my room, and because of that Wi-Fi extender, in my room, I only get about, you're about to see, somewhere close to 16 to 17 Mbps. And you can have this quick check by downloading this app from the Play Store or any other app to check the speed of your internet. We're going to take a look at how the videos will play on YouTube. So that's what we're going to click. So if I go into YouTube now, and if I start playing any video, this is how long it takes to load YouTube. Now this may or may not be because of the internet. I'm just going to go over to one of my videos so that I do not have any copyright issues. So let's say, for instance, I bring this video up right here, and as you can see, the video quality is quite good. It's the panel is nice and bright. The colors are quite good. In fact, I'm even going to forward this video a little just to show how you can skip the video if you wanted to, and it takes any time. Even with 16 to 17 Mbps with the single band Wi-Fi, I did not face any issues when it comes to playing the video on YouTube. And as you can see, the panel is quite nice, and even if I zoom in into the picture quality is quite nice. You get these sharp images, and you can't complain when it comes to the picture quality. Now I'm going to show you some stats of this video. So I'm just going to quickly, well, that's something that happened. So my television has rebooted itself. I don't know why this is happening, but this is an issue. Again, Nokia, if you're listening, this really takes away from the user experience. So in case you're planning to buy this TV, please keep these things in mind. I mean, the television just rebooted on itself. I don't know if there are other people who bought this television who have faced the same challenge or issues, and in case you have, please do let me know in the comments. But you see how the television just rebooted in on itself. That's weird. It's really weird, Nokia. Okay, after rebooting, I did come back to YouTube. And in case you're wondering, did I get that problem again with the internet? then definitely yes. I again had to change the date and time settings of the video, and again, I cannot explain how frustrated I am at making that change every single time I try to boot my television up. It's insane. But in terms of the picture quality, now let's go to the pros. In terms of the picture quality is impeccable. It's really nice. When the TV functions, it functions fantastic. The images appear really sharp. The color science is good. Speaking of colors, you do have many options of colors. You have picture options, and I'm just going to quickly go into the picture options and show you the various options available in terms of the picture. But you see how when I clicked on the options for the pictures, you see the user interface. Again, not a very good user interface. Every time I click on the picture settings, it actually goes into this full screen and it moves away from the video that is being played. Only when I click on the picture modes does the video come back on. Now, from the user perspective and from the user experience perspective, it's not a great user interface. Now, in terms of the color options, you do have many color options. You have standard, you have dynamic, you have movie, you have sport, and you have personal in case you want to set the color temperature and the saturation and the hue. You have, if you want to customize it, that is, then that's the personal option. I'm just going to leave it at sport because I believe in sport it gives me very sharp images, and I like the sport picture mode the best. Now, in terms of advanced settings, you have many advanced settings options. You have backlight, contrast, gamma, black level. You have something called a dynamic contrast as well. And in terms of color, you have options like setting the color temperature, which is normal or warm or cool. I'm just going to leave it at normal for now, and I'm going to go back. You have an option of something called live color. Just going to show you what it does. It just changes the color a bit. Not much of a difference. In terms of clarity, you have options like the sharpness, you have 3D noise reduction, you have block noise reduction, and I don't know what exactly they do, but I've just left it on auto setting at the moment. So, and again, this television, it claims to have something called focal AI engine, which understands the lighting around it, and it's supposed to display the image in the optimal way based on the lighting around it and based on the settings that you choose. Now, I am going to go over to sound settings as well. I'm not going to show you how it sounds right now, but I'm just going to show you the settings that are available. Many sound settings also available. We are going to go into this in detail. There is a display setting as well where you can set the screen mode. I've kept it on auto screen right now. That's why it's not showing me the various display options, like what ratio do you want to watch the videos in, 16:9, 21:9, etc. So I'm going to move away from that. Just going to go over to then there's something called the smart zone, which I think is quite gimmicky. I don't know, there's something called a night mode which is on. I have noticed that when you select the night mode, the colors seem to dull down a bit, and the lighting seems to dull down a bit as well, the backlighting that is. And when you deselect it, you see how the colors became much brighter. So in case you're watching it in daytime, you may want to keep this night mode option off. It does come handy when you're watching it in a dark room in the night. The colors seem to dull down a bit, like I said, so I'm just going to leave it at this. And you have some system options. I'm not going to go into that. So these are the picture options that you get with the Nokia television. Again, I would like to say that the picture quality is good. The picture runs fairly well, and even with my poor internet connectivity in my room, it says that it's running at 4K, but actually it's not. I'm sure it's running at 1440p, and yes, that's what it's running at. It's running at 1440p. This has nothing to do with the television itself. It has to do with my internet, so I would not fault Nokia here. But even at 1440p, you can see that the colors are brilliant. I mean, it runs beautifully. In terms of the stats, I'm just going to go over to the stats for nerds. It says that the optimal resolution is 2560 into 1440, that is 2K, running at 60 frames per second. And in terms of frames dropped, it's got 141 frames dropped out of 17,858. Now, this could be because of the internet. So again, I'm not going to fault Nokia television for that. In terms of the picture quality output, satisfactory, very good in fact. Now I'm going to go over to the sound test. So what I have done is I've kept the volume on 0 right now, and I'm going to play one of my songs, from my channel, and I'm going to make sure that I put the mic as close to the speaker as possible. So I'm just going to keep it closer to the speaker, and let's see how it sounds. So I'm going to put the volume up. So as you could see, it did give me a lot of options in terms of sound. There were many options like sports, standard, cinema, and music. I'm just gonna keep the music on very low volume right now to go over it. And it does change the output. It definitely has an impact. Now in terms of advanced settings, you have advanced settings like setting up the balance. You have an equalizer, which comes really handy. So for all the audiophiles out there, if you want to customize your sound, then you can do that by using this equalizer. It's a very good option to have. If you want to reset the settings over to factory setting, then you have a reset option as well, and you can just return all sound settings to factory default. Now this is an interesting option which says, again, based on the artificial intelligence that it has in the television, it says that it identifies how to output the sound. And you have an option of setting it to desktop or wall mount. Now because I've mounted this television onto my wall, I have selected this option wall mount. If I select desktop, it's supposed to make a difference. Personally, I did not find much of a difference between the two. So I think it's a little gimmicky, but it's nevertheless a good option to have. You have Dolby Digital Plus options. I've currently kept it at on. And again, the sound quality, I'm just gonna put the volume up. The sound quality is fantastic. The sound by Onkyo, the 6D sound, I don't know whether it's 6D, 4D, 5D, whatever it is, it's fantastic. You can't fault the sound. The sound quality is excellent. If you're watching movies or if you're listening to songs, it's fantastic. In fact, this has a dual Bluetooth option as well. So in case you want to play something on your mobile phone and then want that to play on the speaker, then you have that option of setting it through the Bluetooth as well. It is a handy option to have, and the sound is excellent. You will not be disappointed with the sound. Now I'm gonna go over to some of the major streaming channels like Netflix, Prime, and Hotstar. So I'm gonna play a video from Netflix. I'm not gonna play it for long, obviously because of copyright issues, but I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. So in case I want to play something, the videos play very smoothly. There is no problem whatsoever. So the playback is smooth. The volume is fantastic. Again, I'm not going to play it for long. I might have copyright issues, but as you can see, the picture quality is excellent, and there is no problem when it comes to Netflix. And the one thing that I did want to talk about is perhaps it's because of my internet connection. The television is HDR capable, but here it does not show me the HDR logo. So the videos are playing in HD. I don't know if it's because of my internet connectivity, and it's because, you know, the highest video option is perhaps not available on Netflix because of that internet connectivity. In case you do get to see the HDR logo on Netflix, do let me know in the comments so that I know that it's not just a problem with my television. When it comes to Disney Hotstar, works like a charm, no problems whatsoever, and it hardly takes any time to load as well. So we are all loaded now, and again, I'm just going to play a quick video and show you that it works absolutely fine. So I'm just going to play this. And again, it has rebooted. My God, I don't know what's happening today. This television has now rebooted two times already. This is insane. So I didn't want to go through the painful process of, you know, showing the issue of date and time again. So I'm just going to log in into Disney Hotstar again. Now, please note that this has already rebooted twice. I don't know for what reason. I don't know if this is a problem only with my television unit. If you are facing this issue as well, please let me know in the comments, and it'd be great if I find out that, you know, this is not just a problem with my unit. I can actually replace the unit. Now, this is the videos being played on Disney Plus Hotstar, and again, the videos, when it's playing, it's fantastic. There are no issues whatsoever. I'm not going to play it for a long time again, copyright issues. But here again, it says Dolby audio, but it does not show me that it's playing in HDR or anything. But here, when I try to play this video, well, I think this particular video does have that option of HDR and 4K Ultra HD plus 5.1 Dolby. So I'm just going to show you this video as well quickly. Not going to play a lot, but show you the quality from Disney Plus Hotstar, and yeah, it's perfect. It plays perfectly fine. When it's functioning, it's functioning, and when it does not, it just doesn't. It just reboots on you. Now, I'm gonna move over to Prime Video next, and Prime Video has a problem. Now, when I try to log in into Prime Video, this is a problem that I have personally faced, and I don't know if this is an issue just in my television unit or it is with all Nokia televisions. Based on the nature of the issue, I'm assuming that it's with all Nokia televisions. Now, it does tell me to sign in, and the problem is that when I do try to sign in, it gives me this code. It tells me to go into my primevideo.com/mytv account. Now, when I try to do that, it says when connected, this page automatically updates. Well, it never updates. I don't know if this is a problem with just my television or if it's something that you are facing as well. Do let me know. So I am gonna try and do that again, and I'm gonna give my feedback whether it worked or not. But Prime Video has a problem. Now, speaking of Prime Video, however, if you do have Prime Video on your mobile phone, and if you want to cast that video over to the television, that works like a charm. There is no problem whatsoever. So if you've got Prime Video on your mobile phones and you want to cast that video onto this television, casting works seamlessly. There are no issues whatsoever. I'm going to show you that in a jiffy as well. So it's now connecting the video from my mobile phone, and I'm running Prime Video on my iPhone, and I'm trying to cast my Prime Video from my iPhone over to the television. So as you can see, Prime Video works fine. This content is now being cast from my mobile phone over to the television, and there are no issues whatsoever. So this is not running natively on the television. This is actually being cast from my mobile device. Okay, finally talking about my experience with the Nokia television. I've had it for almost 3 to 4 days now, and I've really played around with it quite a lot. And the television somehow seems to reboot on itself. It has a mind of its own sometimes. I guess and I hope that this is a software issue and they can fix it with a software patch. Do let me know in the comments again if you're experiencing the same problem with this television, if you bought this through Flipkart. Now, in terms of the picture quality is good when the television is running fine. Now, in terms of the sound quality is fantastic. You really can't fault the sound. For my bedroom, which is just 10 by 12, the sound quality is fantastic, and you will not be disappointed. In fact, you will love it. In terms of the user interface of the television is quite clunky. Now, I have used other Android TV boxes like the MI television box as well, and the user interface is quite smooth, seamless. Here the user interface seems to jitter a little bit. I don't know for what reason, but sometimes you have this jittery lag in the user interface. Again, I'm not sure if it's because of the internet, but I do face that issue. It sometimes lags. Even with the 2 gigabytes worth of RAM, I don't know why it does that. Now, in terms of your device preferences, it has all the details that you would want to know about it. The standard, it's running on Android Pie, so it's your Android TV OS 9. Unlike the new Motorola televisions, which actually come with Android TV OS 10, so this is Android TV OS 9. In case you never knew that, just letting you know. It does come in with built-in Chromecast as well. That's how I was casting from my Prime Video on my mobile phone over to this television. And again, in terms of casting, it works like a charm. No issues whatsoever. You can cast your mobile phone screen as well. And there are many options or many applications available. In fact, it comes preloaded with this particular app called FastCast. And in terms of casting, if you want to cast, you can cast from all these applications that are listed here, from Netflix, from Disney Hotstar, from Prime Video on your mobile phone over to this. I've personally tried out Prime Video, and like I said, it works like a charm. If you want to cast your iPhone mobile screen, you can do that as well. You can cast local media, you can cast by using this QR code option on your mobile phone. So that is also available. So casting is not an issue whatsoever. Here are my final thoughts on the television. So I've listed out the pros and the cons of the TV, so please go through them before you make a buying decision. There are other competitors out there like Motorola and Samsung, whom you may want to consider because of the extra features that they come along with. Now, if I haven't told you this already, then please do like and subscribe to my channel. It takes a lot of effort to make these videos, so it would mean a lot if you could hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and also share it with your friends and family members. So that's all today, folks. I will see you in the next video, and hope you all stay safe. God bless you all.